Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my July favorites. I don't do a favorites every single month because I don't feel like I use enough products to do one every single month, but I do have a couple of like really standout products that I have been using for the last couple of months. So I'm going to go ahead and start with skincare, and the first is the Origins Zero Oil Oil-Free Moisture Lotion. I love this. It does an amazing job if you're someone who has oily, acne-prone skin. I think this is a great lightweight moisturizer. I don't feel like it irritates my breakouts. I don't feel like it makes them any worse, but it does give my skin moisture, which is nice. And then I also have another Origins product, and this is the Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream. I love this stuff. I don't have too much of an issue with darkness underneath my eyes, but I find that it's hard to find like a lightweight eye cream, and this one is so lightweight. A little bit goes a long way, but it still hydrates while brightening that area, which again is great. I don't really know too much about the depuff because I don't really suffer from like puffy under eyes, but for everything else, this is amazing. Now the last one is more of like a body care product, I guess you could say. This is the Flake Away Soap and Glory Shea Butter, Sugar, and Peach Seed Power Spa Body Polish. So I'm not someone who like self-tans or anything, but I still like to exfoliate my body at least once a week. Sometimes I will do it twice a week if it's been really hot, I've been sweating a lot, and I just feel like I need it done. But most of the ones that I've tried are so gritty, I feel like they're almost like they're very abrasive on my skin. But this one's not like this. It has a very small like exfoliating like seeds or whatever in there. It's very gentle on the skin, but it gets the job done. And also the consistency, like the oiler kind of consistency, just does a really good job at like moisturizing my skin. It's just been a staple, and for me this has probably been one of the only body scrubs I've been able to find that I feel like isn't too abrasive and doesn't like, you know, hurt, like bother my skin or break me out. I do like to exfoliate my legs like a day before I shave. That has made such a difference. It helps with like any kind of like bumps or anything like that. It's just great to always exfoliate the day before you shave. So this is just a really great product, and it's not super expensive either compared to a lot of high-end, you know, like body polishes or exfoliators. Alright, now I do have one hair product that I want to mention. This is the OGX Nourishing Coconut Milk Anti-Breakage Serum. I really like this. I've had this for probably 4 months now, and I've only used it this much. I don't wash my hair every single day, but when I do, when I get out, I let it air dry just for a little bit, and then I take about 1 to 1.5 pumps of this, and I will focus it on my roots, on my ends, and then work it up here, not going to my roots. If you're someone that doesn't wash your hair every day, you know how tangly your ends can get. Since I've been doing this, it doesn't do that. My ends just look healthier. They just look better. Of course, there's no serum out there that can cure, you know, split ends and like damage and breakage, but this definitely makes it not look so bad. And this is affordable too. I'm thinking this is like $7. I was using the It's a 10 one, but I felt like I had to use that one every single day, whereas this one I can just use it every single time I wash. Again, I think it's got to do with like the thicker kind of consistency. It just really coats the strands of my hair. So again, this is affordable, and I would highly recommend it. Alright. The rest of this is makeup except for some books. So I am going to go ahead and go through the makeup really quick. This is the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. I was in the shade Finland, which is light 1. I have gotten a little bit darker, so this is a little bit light for me. So I've actually been wearing this under other makeup, like other foundations. This has SPF 30 in it. If you're someone who has like oily skin and you want like something tinted, but you want sunscreen in it, but you need something a little bit more full coverage, then this is it. It does a good job at covering up my acne. It doesn't like give me a full coverage finish, but this is definitely medium coverage. I think that's great for a skin tint. It definitely has that sunscreeny like scent, so if you don't like that, you probably won't like this. I also find that the best way to use this is with your fingers, because if you try to go in with a brush, it's almost like it doesn't sink into the skin, and it like sits on top and just wipes right off, whereas if you use your fingers, it just sinks right into the skin and just looks a lot better. Anyways, that's just been my favorite way of applying it. Alright, now I do have 2 lip colors. I'm wearing one right now. This is the Wet n Wild Catsuit Liquid Lipsticks, and I have the shade Missy and Fierce and Rebel Rose. Missy and Fierce is probably one of my favorite reds of all time. I love the formula. I love how long this wears. I love how it feels on my lips. I find that this one doesn't show as much like dryness and stuff in my lips as Rebel Rose does. I just love the formula of these. I like them all, but these have pretty much been the 2 I've been using the most. I usually don't wear red lips in the summer. I usually kind of stick to them in like the fall and winter, but for some reason there's something about this red that I just I feel like I can't get away from. I did do a full swatches of this collection. If you guys want to see it, I'll link it down below. And then I do have another Wet n Wild product. I didn't realize how much Wet n Wild I had. This is the Wet n Wild's Mega Glow Contour Stick, and they actually had 2 shades. This one is in the shade Call Me Maple. Now this is very, very warm, but this is very creamy. The applicator is really nice. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is very warm. So I don't actually use this as the contour with. I use this on places where I would bronze on my skin, and then I do set it with my regular bronzer, because cream products do move on me pretty quickly, so I don't usually gravitate towards them. But this one's just so creamy, so easy to blend, and so easy to work with. I wish they would come out with a more like cooler tone shade to contour with, or something a little more neutral. But I love the formula of this, and as long as I set it with the powder, it does do a really like nice long time at lasting. Alright, a couple more makeup products. Next is the Lorac Bronzer, and this is in the shade Pool Party. I really like this. It's a buildable bronzer. It's really nice. Like I said, it's one of those though that I think is going to be better for fair and light skin because it is so light. I like how you can build it up. It's not overly pigmented like a lot of bronzers are, and it does last a really long time on my skin. Next is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. I'm obsessed with this. If you want something full coverage, this is definitely the way to go. I have a lot of stuff to cover up. I've got my Urban Decay one on today just to kind of switch it up, but I don't know. I like these both. I think they're very comparable. I think the Makeup Forever one's more lightweight. The Urban Decay one is definitely more full coverage, but you can build this one up to get the full coverage you get from the Urban Decay one. But it's just, I just can't get away from this. It's like my all-time favorite foundation probably. Last 2 makeup products are both from Lorac. This is the face palette from Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm obsessed with this. You get 4 highlighting shades and then 2 blushes. I think this is great. I think it has a highlight shade in here for every skin tone. I think this will look gorgeous on deeper skin tones. However, the blushes, I think this one's just going to work more on fair skin because it doesn't even show up on me that much. This shade shows up on me really nicely. Again, I think this would work great with like lighter to medium skin tones. Kind of wish maybe they would have taken away this highlight or something and put a deeper blush in there for deeper skin tones. But overall, it's cute. It's got a mirror, so it's great to travel with. And the quality of the highlighters and the blushes are just as good as the regular blushes and highlighters that Lorac comes out with. And then is the Lorac Mega Pro 3. I wasn't fortunate enough to get my hands on this the very first time it released, but Ulta re-released it, I believe, and I was able to get my hands on it. As you guys can already tell probably by looking at how dirty and messy the palette is, it's definitely gotten some love. I'm obsessed with this. I think that it's just such an amazing quality palette. I think the shades go on super pigmented, but if you go over the top, they blend out really nicely. I do have it on my eyes today, and it's just overall, like I said, an amazing palette, and again, I can't seem to get away from it. Now I actually want to talk about some books. I'm obsessed with reading. It's probably like one of my favorite things to do, and I was actually in Books A Million, and this is the Legend series, and this is by Marie Lu, I believe how you pronounce her name. You have Legend, which is the first one, Prodigy, which is the second one, and then the third one, which I'm actually still reading, is Champion. I'm obsessed with it. I'm almost done. I've literally read the first one in a day and a half. I'm someone that like, I can't read books like a month at a time. I feel like I have to read them all like at once. And like I can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm just like, I've got to get in bed. But these are really good. It's just kind of like the typical like rebelling against like the government kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's like my favorite books to read. I'm not super big into like romance novels and stuff, but these are really good. It does have like 2 main character point of views in here. You do read a chapter of June, which is the main character girl, and then a chapter with Day, which is the main male character in here. So they're really great books, especially if you like stuff like that. It's kind of about a plague does get started, and I just don't want to give too much away in case you guys do want to read them and check them out. But if you have read them, let me know what you think down below. And yeah, that's all the favorites that I have for the month of July. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and if there's any products you would like to see me review or anything like that, just let me know down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching.